human body functions as a potential powerhouse. Like the transmission lines of electricity spread all over a township from a power station, there is a marvelous network of circulatory and nervous systems interconnecting the brain to nerves, carrying messages to the brain from sense organs and propagating brain's response to the corresponding functional units. The relevant information processing units of brain instantaneously respond to the stimulus detected by the sense organs or related subsystem of the body, and the brain sends signals to the nervous system to react in an appropriate manner. A sting by an insect in the leg is immediately reported to the brain, which directs the muscles in the leg to shake it off with a rigorous movement. Simultaneously, the veins in hand react to scratch the affected part to increase the circulation of blood for neutralizing the injected irritant and speeding up the process of healing. The nervous system also collects and transmits information about the climatic conditions like cold, heat, movement of air and humidity, enabling the subject to arrange for appropriate shelter or clothing, etc. The thicker arteries and veins of the circulatory system apparently are only the tubes for blood flow. However, these are also imperceptible channels of transmission of bioelectricity. Effective functioning of an organ of the body depends on adequate flow of bioelectricity in its blood vessels. When, in spite of the normal flow of blood, the transmission of this current in the blood vessels slows down in some part of the body, the muscles of the affected part partially or totally lose their flexibility, and the related organ or region experiences pain, discomfiture, numbness, or is totally paralyzed. When an organ suffers from arthritis or a neurological disorder, there is no obstruction in the normal flow of blood in the related organ, since in that case it would cease to function. But there is a retardation or blockage of bioelectricity in that part. On account of the feeble current, the circulatory system becomes weak and loses its flexibility. The alternative systems of medicine, such as acupressure and acupuncture, attempt to normalize the flow of this current. In the absence of adequate bioelectric force, the vessels are unable to withstand the pressure of the blood or any other physical exertion, thus resulting in pain, inflammation, or irritation in the affected muscles. The living element or vital power in the blood and flesh is the current of bioelectricity controlled by the central power station in the brain. The moment it is drawn off the body, its residual charge, with the subtle body, gets dissipated into the omnipresent cosmic reservoir of bioenergy, and the body parts, including the brain, cease to function. Since this vital charge also works as a shield against invasion by the bacteria in the air, on being deprived of this living element, the erstwhile active organ of the body dies and begins to petrify, emitting foul smell. When stored for a long time, the food product derived from a dead animal becomes totally devoid of its bioelectric charge and is rendered unfit for consumption. While alive, the beings continue to draw in bioenergy from the cosmic reservoir through their auto-regulated breathing apparatus, respiratory system, energized with the element of consciousness force present in the being. In the event of death, when they stop breathing, all constituent elements of the body are cut off from this cosmic reservoir of life, and the body is reduced to an inanimate, inert state. However, when a being breathes its last or is killed, the bioenergy in its body is not lost instantaneously, but it loses its residual charge gradually. The living flesh dies gradually in proportion to the loss of its residual bioenergy.